The morning started like any other at Drake Auto Repair, a small red brick shop on Highway 52. Inside, Samuel Drake, the shop's owner, wiped grease from his hands as country music played softly in the background. Then a silver SUV pulled into the lot, engine rattling loudly. Out stepped Adam Prescott, a sharp-dressed man in his 50s, wearing a crisp polo shirt and a look that said he owned the world. Without even looking at Samuel, Adam tossed his keys on the counter and said, "Get me a real mechanic, not you." The room went silent. Aaron, the teen apprentice, dropped his wrench. Rachel, a customer scrolling on her phone, looked up, shocked. Samuel stood still, his face calm, even as Adam's words hit him like a slap. He had heard this kind of disrespect before, but today, it happened in his own shop. "I'm the owner," Samuel said quietly, his voice steady. Adam raised an eyebrow. "No offense, but I need someone experienced, someone who knows how to handle cars like mine." Samuel didn't argue. He just nodded as Adam walked out, thinking he'd won. But life had its own way of teaching people lessons, and Adam's would come sooner than he expected. Long before Samuel owned a shop, he was just a kid with grease on his hands, helping his dad fix up an old Chevy in their garage. His father, Raymond, worked nights as a janitor, but always made time to teach Samuel how to understand engines. "Machines don't lie," he used to say. "People do. But machines, they tell you what's wrong if you listen." Samuel never forgot those words. He grew up learning not just how to fix cars, but how to read them like a book. His talent took him far. He became a top engineer at General Motors, even helping design engines for race cars at Daytona. But after years of working in big cities and boardrooms where his ideas were often ignored, Samuel returned home to Brookhaven. He opened his own shop, not to prove anything to anyone, but to build something real with his hands, just like his dad taught him. Less than an hour after Adam left, another customer pulled into the lot. This time, it was a shiny black Escalade. Out stepped Owen Marshall, another real estate big shot from the rich side of town. He wore a tight gray suit and had the same smug look Adam did. "Greg said this place is decent," Owen said, glancing at Samuel's grease-stained shirt. "But I need someone who knows luxury cars. Got anyone like that?" The words stung, but Samuel kept his voice calm. "I've worked on everything from Cadillacs to race cars. What seems to be the problem?" Owen laughed. "This SUV's worth more than your whole shop. If you mess it up, I'm not paying." He handed over the keys like he was doing Samuel a favor. Samuel fixed the issue, an electrical glitch, in just 40 minutes. The Escalade ran smoother than ever, but Owen didn't say thanks. He just tossed some cash on the counter and left. A little later, a woman in a Mercedes rolled in, Amelia Rhodes, one of Adam's friends. From her window, she said, "Can your senior mechanic take a look? No offense, I just want someone experienced." Samuel's chest tightened. That made 3 customers in one day, and every one of them had doubted him. By late afternoon, dark clouds rolled in, turning the sky a deep gray. Samuel was working on a tough transmission job when his phone buzzed with a call from an unknown number. He let it go to voicemail until something told him to check it. It was Adam. His voice was shaky and scared. "Samuel, it's Adam Prescott. My SUV's dead on Highway 52, maybe 10 miles out. It just stopped. I called my guy in Greenville, but he's busy. No one's coming. I know I was rude this morning, but please help me. I'll pay triple." Samuel leaned against his workbench, staring out the window as rain began tapping the glass. Part of him wanted to ignore the call, let Adam wait in the storm, call his fancy mechanic now. But Samuel heard his dad's voice in his mind. "Help them, son. Not for them, for who you are." He grabbed his toolbox and a spare fuel pump. "Aaron," he called, "hold the fort." Then he jumped into his black tow truck, Drake Auto Repair printed across the side, and drove straight into the storm. He didn't do it for thanks. He did it because it was the right thing to do. The highway stretched ahead, wet and empty, as Samuel's truck cut through the pounding rain. Lightning flashed above the cornfields. After a few miles, he spotted the SUV on the side of the road, hazards blinking weakly like a heartbeat fading. Adam was outside, soaked to the skin, holding an umbrella turned inside out by the wind. His fancy polo shirt was clinging to him like wet paper. When he saw Samuel, he ran up, breathless. "Thank God you came. It just died, no warning. I called everyone, no one could come." Samuel didn't say much. He just stepped out, grabbed his tools, and popped the hood as rain poured down his face. "Fuel pump's dead," he said firmly. "Told you that this morning. You didn't listen." Adam stammered. I didn't mean." Samuel cut him off. "You thought I wasn't good enough. Now step back." Without flinching, Samuel worked in the storm, pulling out the broken pump, replacing it with the one he rebuilt himself. Within minutes, the job was done. Soaked but steady, he slammed the hood shut and barked, "Start it." Adam turned the key. The engine roared to life, louder and smoother than before. And Samuel, he didn't ask for a thing. A few days later, something surprising happened. Adam came back. This time, he wasn't wearing his crisp polo. Instead, he showed up in an old flannel shirt, looking tired and quiet. He walked up to Samuel with his head down. "Samuel, I was wrong," he said. "I judged you, acted like a fool. You saved me when you didn't have to. I looked you up, GM, Daytona, the real deal. I'm sorry." Samuel didn't say much, just nodded and replied, "Bring your car anytime. I'll do it right." From that day on, Adam brought all his vehicles to Samuel. Then his wife came. His friends followed. People who used to doubt Samuel started showing up at his shop. Samuel also hired Leela, a young female mechanic who other shops wouldn't take seriously. When customers gave her a hard time, Samuel backed her up, just like he wished someone had done for him. The shop was changing. So was the town. One rainy night, Samuel stood outside his shop, watching water roll off the faded Drake Auto Repair sign. He thought of Adam, Owen, and all the people who once looked down on him. He thought of his father, who taught him to work hard and never give up. Samuel didn't fix that SUV for praise. He did it because that's who he was. He didn't need anyone's permission to be great. He just needed his tools, his skills, and his heart. And now, the whole town knew his name. Not because of what he looked like, but because of what he built.